Bhutale Swayamrupa Kadamayam Darati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagna Ragamnatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadvitam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Divam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabano Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanu Sutidevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhashta Kirpasanubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Prashatyate Shatarine. From Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 18, Text 34. Brahmani Kshatra Bandurhi Griha Palo Nirupita Sakatam Tat Griha Dva Staha Sabandam Bhoktum Arhati. Brahmanai, the Brahmanical order, Kshatra Bandhu, the sons of the Kshatriyas, he, certainly, Grihapala, the watchdog, Nirupita, designated, Sa, he, Katam, on what grounds, Tatgrihi, in the home of him, the master, Devashta, keeping at the door, Sabandam, in the same pot, Bhoktum, to eat, Arhati, deserves. In full translation, the descendants of the kingly orders are definitely designated as watchdogs, and they must keep themselves at the door. On what grounds can dogs enter the house and claim to dine with the masters on the same plate? Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Ki Jai. The inexperienced Brahmana boy certainly knew that the king asked for water from his father, and the father did not respond. He tried to explain away his father's inhospitality in an impertinent manner befitting an uncultured boy. He was not at all sorry for the king's not being well received. On the contrary, he justified the wrong act in a way characteristic of the Brahmanas of Kali Yuga. He compared the king to a watchdog, and so it was wrong for the king to enter the home of a Brahmana and ask for water from the same pot. The dog is certainly reared by its master, but that does not mean that the dog shall claim to dine and drink from the same pot. This mentality of false prestige is the cause of downfall of the perfect social order, and we can see that in the beginning it was started by the inexperienced son of a Brahmana. As the dog is never allowed to enter within the room and hearth, although it is reared by the master, similarly, according to Shringi, the king had no right to enter the house of Samika Rishi. According to the boy's opinion, the king was on the wrong side and not his father, and thus he justified his silent father. So again, apologies for not having preparation for this. I'm actually, not even aware of the context of this right now. But does anyone have anything that they would like to share? Any realizations? If not, again, I apologize.
Yeah, it is actually that Brahmana boy is talking about the Parikshit Maharaj when he heard this, right? He put a snake in his father's neck. He was just talking very obnoxiously, right? So, I mean, like he's comparing the Parikshit Maharaj as a dog. So yesterday, I mean, Pratibha Prabhu shared how the this was the beginning of the fall down of, right, the Brahmanas thing. So I mean, they are the they are the really taking care of the what do you call, the country, or the from the bad things. They are like kind of watchdog, but you can't call them, right? So with that, I mean, they are not like really that. So they are the descendants of kingly orders are definitely designated as watchdogs, and they must keep themselves at the door. But yeah, he's talking about this language, right? So
Thank you, Prabhu.
on what grounds can a dog enter the house and claim to dine with the master on the same plate? So because he's comparing the Brahmanas is the master and the Kshatriyas is the dog, right? Parikshit Maharaj. I mean, of course, he doesn't understand how great Parikshit Maharaj is, right? Or was. So this mentality of false prestige is the cause of downfall of the perfect social order. So it looks like one not important, the other one important, right? So he was talking about comparing that, like how this came into the so-called caste system in India today. Somebody thinks I am great, somebody thinks, yeah, that the person thinks the other person is low, right? But that is not how it is. Everybody is important in the society.
Thank you for sharing.
Anyone else has anything? Radha Kunji Behar Prabhu, you're trying to share something? You're on mute.
Actually, Prabhuji, when you actually spoke and you gave the context, so that's exactly what I wanted to say. I was also thinking, in the Puranas and the Itihasas, we read so many other occasions where such misjudgment has happened and miscalculations have happened. Examples are Vishwamitra, Durvasa, Muni, and so many others. However, this particular incident seems to be a watershed moment, like we call it, the turning point in history, because this was at the juncture of, Kali Yuga and Dwapar Yuga. In fact, Kali Yuga had already started and the Kali Purusha was there. And it was, like yesterday, even Pratibhahu Prabhu explained, Kali Purusha was trying to find a way to get into, in the sense he was physically present, but he was trying to get into the consciousness of people, and this is how, once you get into the consciousness of the Brahmana person, why it is so important, like Brahmana person, then he realized he could conquer the entire world. So, and what he did was he entered in such a dramatic way, like directly affecting the protector himself. The attack was so direct that Kali attacked through the Brahmana boy, the protector of Dharma himself. But why is it so important that he attacked through a Brahmana? Because Brahmanas were the class of people, not by birth, but by qualification, who were responsible for educating the rest of the masses. They were also the ones who were upholding Dharma. As long as this class upheld the Dharma, led by example, the other classes, including the ruling class and the serving classes, everyone would follow the Varnashrama Dharma in a proper way. And I think that is the crucial thing that we need to realize, particularly as devotees. We should actually think that we are representatives of Krishna, we are representatives of our Guru Parampara, we are representatives of Prabhupada and his disciples. So we need to conduct ourselves in an exemplary way, in whatever little means it is possible, but we need to be very careful. That's what I get from here, Prabhuji.
Wonderful realizations.
Okay. Any other discussion? Yes, ma'am. We'll end Prabhu here then.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you all so much. We'll meet tomorrow. So I'll be keep sending the reminders, Prabhu now. So okay. I thought I will do it, but I thought.